What makes volleyball stand out among other sports? Volleyball's main difference from other sports, such as baseball, basketball, football, handball, is that the other team is separated by an 8-foot net. Many people find this very intriguing because they think they are too rough or aggressive to play contact sport. Volleyball offers these people a competitive sport with no contact. Volleyball is a popular game that has been around and evolving for quite some time. We will talk about the history of volleyball, how it has changed, and important people who kept on setting a higher standard in the game. First, let's talk about the history of volleyball. Here are just some pictures of volleyball. Volleyball is a non-contact sport that has been around since 1895. A man named William Morgan first invented the game while at a YMCA in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and he called it Mintonette. By combining the sports, basketball, baseball, handball, and tennis, he created a sport for his business workers who didn't like the roughness of basketball. The name volleyball was invented by Jay Hasted, who said the players seemed to be volleying back and forth over the net, and suggested that volleyball best fitted. The ball idea came from basketball, net from tennis, and using your hands from handball. The less competitive tone with innings came from baseball, which was soon called sets. Before you knew it, the first volleyball game was played on July 7th, 1896 at Springfield College in Massachusetts. Now, let's look at how the game has evolved. Volleyball has evolving over the years from 1895 to now. Here are some pictures. Here is a picture of a volleyball when it first was created, and then volleyball now, and then those are just some of the other types of volleyball variations. Volleyball dates back to ancient Greece and is now played nationwide. It started being played with the rock or sphere and is now played with an inflated ball. The ball weighs 9 to 12 ounces and has a circumference of 25 to 27 inches. There are different variations of volleyball now, such as beach and grass, which are played outdoors. In 1917, the scoring changed from 21 points to 15, and now we play to 25 points or win by 2. And for beach, you play to 21 points and you switch every 7 points. A new offensive way of playing was brought to mind. Setting and spiking came from the Philippines, which was called bomba or Filipino bomb, which was due to the pace of the ball and how it landed on the other side of the net. Volleyball was only played in a few regions. Since volleyball was so new and constantly changing, there was only a fixed set of rules. It wasn't until Belgium, Brazil, Egypt, France, Netherlands, Poland, Hungary, Italy, USA, Portugal, Romania, Uruguay, and Yugoslavia met in Paris under the leadership of Francis Paul Abad to set up the association that would govern volleyball at the international level. Over time, FIVB, or the International Federation of Volleyball, has grown into one of the biggest sports organizations in the world. With 222 affiliated bodies, indoor volleyball was then granted status to the Olympics in 1957 by the International Olympic Committee. Beach was then granted status for the Atlanta Games in 1996. This allowed to take the sport to another level. When people think of the game of volleyball and important people to the game, most people think of Kerri Walsh Jennings and Misty May Treanor. Here I have Misty May Treanor and Kerri Walsh Jennings. Kerri Walsh Jennings is a 4-time Olympian medalist. She is now the face of beach volleyball and has been for many years. A quote that she lives by is, "Love and belief have fueled my entire life, and there is no limit to our sport." After the 2016 Olympics, she decided to part ways from volleyball and the pro, and she now works with her husband, and they have their own organization. Misty May Trainer is another important person to the game of volleyball. Her and Kara Walsh Jennings were a dynamic duo. She has 3 gold medalists in the Olympics and 3 in the FIVB. After 13 years, she walked away from volleyball. Throughout both of their careers, they have helped and made a huge impact on the game of volleyball. Though volleyball has changed and developed so much over time, it's still evolving to this day. This is one of the most popular and intriguing sports for young kids and adults. There are many people still new and having huge impacts on volleyball and changing the game. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about volleyball.